ladies and gentlemen, we're going to start off our little segment with the little spineless Mahmoud Ahmadinejad. Says he will not push to visit Ground Zero. That he is amazed that the gesture would assault Americans. Iranian President Mahmoud Ahmadinejad said he will not press his plan, just denied by New York City police for security reasons, to visit Ground Zero. I wonder why. I mean, he tells 60 Minutes Scott Paley in an exclusive interview conducted earlier today in Iran that the Iranian leader says he is truly amazed, and that any American, and is skeptical of the most Americans' views, said that his visit there is insulting. His intention was only to show respect. I cannot believe this guy. He's got the nads the size of Mount Rushmore. That's all I can say. The interview will be on 60 Minutes Sunday night, the 23rd, on CBS television. You can catch the entire broadcast there. But one of the questions I will put here in it was the interviewer, Pele. Sir, what were you thinking? The World Trade Center site is the most sensitive place in the American heart. You must have known that visiting there would be insulting to many, many Americans. Ahmadinejad's response? Well, why should it be insulting? Why should it be insulting? I mean, either the guy, like I said, either he's very, very smart and crazy like a fox, or he's truly a very mad individual. In either case, I don't want nothing to do with him, and I damn sure don't want him in Ground Zero. New York City, we love you. We don't need that piece of shit anywhere near Ground Zero. It's just a damn shame we have to allow him into the United States to speak before the General Assembly at the United Inept Nations. But, again, that's just me. I'm sorry, I've started out with a couple of stories, and this one too is going to be one of those. I guess I woke up on the wrong side of the bed, but these kind of things really get to me, and especially this hypocrite gets to me. Ex-Vice President Al Gore. The title of the story that I read, and I'm reading from, is called Paying Dearly to Hear Gore's Climate Story, written by Ben Doherty and Marianne Wilkerson. And it's a very, very well-written piece, I'd like to add. It starts out, Al Gore has a story he wants to tell the world, but it will cost you $1,000 to hear it. In a passionate attack on climate policies of Prime Minister John Howard and the President George Bush of the United States, the former U.S. Vice President, addressing a very expensive lunch in Sydney yesterday called Australia and the U.S., the Bonnie and Clyde outlaws of global environment for their failure to ratify the Kyoto Protocol. Now let me get this straight. The guy has like a house that uses more energy than a normal family uses, in a year's time in one of his rooms or something like that. I mean, it's unbelievable. He flies on private jets, but yet he wants to chastise the countries of the United States and Australia because we're not doing enough to protect the environment. Mr. Gore called on Australia to change course on Kyoto and its climate policy, saying if it did, it wouldn't be impossible for the United States to withstand the pressure to join the rest of the world in ratifying Kyoto. Labor Secretary Kevin Rudd has promised to ratify a protocol, while Mr. Howard is adamantly opposed to it and is backing Mr. Bush's efforts to find a post-Kyoto Accord. Well, we're trying to find a post-Kyoto Accord because it gave all these other countries like China and India and told them, hey, you don't have to do anything. We're making all this money. We'll just stop making money and we'll see if we can maybe some way come up with a way to pay for it ourselves. Now, there's nothing wrong with that idea because I admitted that we are one of the most rich countries in the world, and we have a lot to be thankful for, and we spend a lot of things on frivolous things like private jets that don't get good gas mileage, large dwellings that we live in, 2 or 3 of them that takes up so much energy usage that would supply a lower level income for 5 years worth of energy. So I don't know if who this guy's preaching to. Besides going out and pointing at the melting of Greenland. Admittedly there is a warming of the earth. It is going on. I'm not so sure man is the cause of that. Now you got to think about this. You got to think about it rationally. We've been through ice ages, is that not correct? Okay. And it warmed back up. And life sprang back up and, we had but there wasn't any cars. So how did the earth warm up? Don't believe that crap about Fred Flintstone, because I know for a fact that the Flintstone mobile did not get but 13 miles per gallon, foot power. I'm serious. I heard that, and I don't know if it's true, but that's what I heard. But you guys see what I'm trying to say? We are not in a natural crisis. I mean, it's a natural crisis, not a man-made crisis. We didn't create global warming. Sure, I'll bet we're probably helping to add to it. There's no doubt about it. But let's look at the other things before we start cutting our own throats and doing all these other crazy things. Mr. Gore called on Australia to change course on Kyoto's climate policies. Yeah, sure, and that way the United States is sure to jump on board, Al. Mr. Gore made his comments after reporters were asked to leave the lunch venue despite the cost. The lunch in the 700-seat convention center was a sellout, as is tomorrow's event in Melbourne. VIP packages, which include a closed spot to Mr. Gore and a meet and greet with him, cost $25,000. $25,000! Now that's what I mean by going green. What do you think?